Dear brothers and sisters, as you've heard so far, there were deeds, love, faith, service, and perseverance in the church in Thyatira, but the Lord didn't praise them for these things. The reason the Lord commended them was that their deeds of late were greater than at first. The church in Ephesus, which was rebuked for losing the deed that they did at first because their first love had cooled down. But the deeds of the church in Thyatira became greater and better than at first. Then, how about today? Many people are fervent in the Lord's work right after they first accept the Lord. But as time goes by, they lose their fervor. Some stop volunteer works for the church. Others become lazy in efforts to evangelize people. Still others neglect their duties to visit church members. The reason that their deeds change is that their goal in faith has dimmed and blurred. Those who don't cease to pray and always maintain the fullness of the Holy Spirit have a clear goal of New Jerusalem settled into their heart. That's why they don't give up in a hard moment, nor do they compromise with even minor untruth. Instead, they strictly guard themselves for sanctification. When they stop praying, or if they lose the fullness of the Spirit, or look to the world for some reason, their hope for heaven is blurred. Then, they naturally cool down in their efforts to discipline themselves and work hard in faith. On the other hand, there are cases where people seem to carry out God's works faithfully and live a spirit-filled Christian life, but they are not recognized by God. They volunteer a lot, serve and love others, and pile up good deeds in the presence of worldly people. So, they appear to be faithful believers, but they've stopped circumcising their heart, which is crucial. Rather than doing things with the fullness of the Spirit or the hope for heaven from above, they do with fleshly faithfulness or fervor. Of course, it's only natural and right that you be passionate in volunteer works, fellowship with other church members, and various activities in church, and do things that would please God. But the more important thing is to seek God's grace and strength from the depths of your heart and change into spirit more day after day. Only then can your service, devotion, and hard work be from true faith. Let's say you don't do things in faith but are stagnant spiritually. Then you shouldn't comfort yourself with just deeds that are seen outwardly, thinking, still, I'm staying faithful, I'm carrying out my duties like this. Brothers and sisters, faith without deeds is dead, but deeds without faith are also meaningless. No matter how many works you do in the Lord's name, if you make no effort to cast off evil in your heart and don't manage your life of faith in the works of the Holy Spirit, this cannot be called spiritual faith or spiritual Christian life indeed. Thus, you may appear to be a fervent worker, but you will not believe or obey the word that is not in accordance with your thoughts. You won't be able to figure out God's heart and His will. Neither will you fathom the words of spiritual depths. Your faith will only remain fleshly. The deeds done with this fleshly faith may win compliments from those who see only outward deeds, but not from God, who searches our heart. Therefore, I ask that as time passes, you keep an unchanging heart and always be praised, because all your deeds in the Lord become greater and greater than at first. I also hope that all your fervent deeds are accompanied by circumcision of your heart, so that all your deeds done in spiritual faith are recognized by God.